All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a little video. Today we're doing some draft needs for the Packers, and we've got a fair amount today. We've got a fair amount. This is a really good article actually. It kind of lists a lot of players that we could be going after and like the positions we need. But first of all, just need to talk about our positions of dire need because there are positions where we need a lot, but there are positions that have some players but are more of an integral part of football. So I'll touch more into that later. But for now, let's get into it. So it says safety. I 100% agree, but I think we can wait. I'm definitely not taking a Brian Branch. We definitely need just that deep safety. So someone like a Jordan Battle or Christopher Smith. Those are the guys I'm looking at. Jordan Battle might go round two. Christopher Smith I might go round three. So I think personally waiting till round three, unless we get the two second round picks from the Jets, the Aaron Rodgers trade, I personally don't think it should be a first round at all. Because safety we can survive with. Um, we already have a good secondary of corners and slot players, so I think we're all right. We don't need to panic on the safety position. I actually changed my mind on this because I was like, safety is our number one need. And then I really looked at it. I'm like, it's probably fourth in my opinion on just value wise and just the game of football personally. Right here, it's got tight end. I don't think these are in any order. Yeah, I don't think these are in any order. But tight end, oh yeah, oh yeah, we definitely need tight end. But um, not looking to use that number 15 pick on a tight end. I am very much not in favor of a first round tight end, but I know a lot of the really good tight ends are going to be gone by the early mid second round. So hopefully we have those two second round picks so we can trade up and get to like the mid 30s because I really want Darnell Washington. I want the most athletic Mercedes Lewis person on the planet. And he would immediately be our number one tight end. And I would just absolutely love him. And he would make our red zone offense so much better because that was horrible last year. I talked about that in my season recap. Our red zone offense was absolutely atrocious. Every time we'd get down on the field, we just kick a field goal. Thank goodness Mason Crosby can kick, but goodness gracious, it was pathetic. And then our other big thing was just no pressure. As soon as Rashawn Gary went out, we had zero pressure on the quarterback, and that's personally why I believe we lost the Lions game and many other games. But tight end, honestly, Darnell Washington's my number one for the Packers fit, and then also Dalton Kincaid, but he's probably gonna be the first tight end taken, and then Michael Mayer, good player, but I don't think he'll fall in the draft to where we need to be. So tight end is honestly my third in just like relative position to what we need. It's an important position, but there are many teams that can get by with mediocre tight ends. So I'm not wasting a first round pick on one. That's my personal opinion because some can be the best player in the world, like a Kelsey, but most don't pan out. The OJ Howards don't pan out. The Hayden Hurst don't pan out. So I'm just saying. Just saying. Offensive tackle. I don't know how to feel about this because if there is no, so let's just say hypothetically, if we get to the draft at 15 and we don't have the 13th from the Jets, we're just going to go with that. I could see us taking a tackle at the number 15 spot. And the only reason I'd be okay with it is if Jackson Smith and Jigba was not there or Lucas Van Ness. Those are my top two around that range. And if a Peter Skoronsky, Paris Johnson falls to us, I would be okay with it because we are going to have to cut Bakhtiari next year. There's no way we can pay him $40 million because his cap hit next year is $40 million, which is just Ridiculous. But we'll save 20 million off the cap if we cut him. So if it falls that way, would not be mad about it. But we've had really good luck getting good tackles in later rounds. So I don't think we need to get like all crazy with it, but tackles a need. It's one of the most important positions in football. So I'm never going to say that. Never going to say I don't want an offensive tackle. It's just not the flashy pick. Edge rusher is our number 2 need. 1,000% sure. Oh, goodness. Because you just don't know when Rashawn Gary's going to be back. He's looking good right now. Surgery was well. But after he was gone, there was no pressure. Preston Smith was pathetic. Justin Hollins, I actually liked a lot. I'm so glad we re-signed him. But Kingsley Enagbare, still raw. He needs a couple more years to get to that really good starting position. I would not be mad if Jackson Smith-Njigba wasn't there, and let's say Lucas Van Ness wasn't there either. Taking like a Nolan Smith. I would really like Nolan Smith. Dude, he's one of the most freak athletes on the planet, and we love that RAS high score. So I think we should at least get 2 edge rushers in the draft, as well as just like D linemen in total. We need someone to replace Dean Lowry and Jerron Reed. Okay, so Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt and like a couple others are about it. Okay. We need to invest in this D-line, and I know we've invested so much into this defense. All of our first-round picks, 11 of the 12 first-round picks we've had, have been on defensive players. Some of them panned out, some have not. So I'll just say that, but edge rushers are second most dire need. So either one in the first or one in the second, and then one in like the 4th, 5th round, something around there. We have a lot of picks this year, so we can do a lot of moving. If there's someone we want, we can go get them. Okay. This is our number 1. It's our number 1 need. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind. It's our number 1 need. If even one of our players at this very current moment on our receivers, we don't have enough. We honestly only have, I think it's 4 receivers at the moment. How can you be a football team with only 4 receivers? And 3 were rookies last year. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Samori Toure, and then Bo Melton. Those are our 4 receivers. And the receivers in the free agency keep dwindling. And one of my favorites that I actually kind of wish we got was Marquez Callaway. He's at the Broncos now. But that's all right, because if Jackson Smith-Njigba falls to 15, we better pick him. He is one of the best players in this draft. I know he had the injury. I'm not worried about it. We need that slot presence. He is literally Amon-Ra St. Brown. I want him so badly. I think he'd be incredible for Jordan Love. Jordan Love loves those like crossing routes. We need Jackson Smith-Njigba, and then we need to sign like 2 free agents at bare minimum, and then and then another one in the draft, like a Xavier Hutchinson, or the kid from Princeton, Andre. I always forget his last. Isa Viali. I know I butchered that, but we need receivers so desperately. It's not even funny. It's one of the hardest, positions to play, but you need some solid receivers. We have some good ones, but you just need depth. And if we go out there with Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Jackson Smith-Njigba and have those guys for like 5 years altogether, the sky is the limit. And you can only do so much. If you can't score, your defense can only do so much. So, okay, enough of my rant. I know I'm very angry, okay? Sorry. But we need Jackson Smith-Njigba so badly. I don't care if we have to trade up with Houston Texans. I want Jackson Smith-Njigba. I know we don't draft first-round receivers.